Let's talk about the Titans. That game against the Patriots, Mike Vrabel goes into what seems to be an impossible place to win in the playoffs, gets a win. Now, it got very close towards the end, obviously, pick six to seal it. Now, they have to go into a place that looks like a buzzsaw right now with this Baltimore Ravens team with Lamar Jackson. Why do the Titans have a chance to knock off Lamar Jackson and stop this team that looks like they've been unstoppable?
Well, a couple of reasons. I think the Titans are playing their best football right now. Clearly, defensively, they defense travels. Mike Vrabel understands how to prepare in the playoff game in this magnitude. Going into Gillette Stadium last week was a perfect example of that. Derrick Henry is playing out of his mind. He's peaking at the right time. He didn't accumulate a ton of carries in the first half of the season. He's peaking in the back half going into January. He's only getting better each and every week. And the fact that the Titans have played their first playoff game already, Baltimore has had a week off. And typically in this matchup, historically, the visiting team has won. And with that week off, you tend to, you get guys rested, but the timing isn't there, the edge isn't there, and the Titans are coming in with a ton of momentum. And for me, the big key is the fact that Mark Ingram is dinged up.
Yeah, so they said
that offense runs through Mark Ingram. As great as Lamar Jackson is, as dynamic as he is, he's fantastic. That's going to force, if he's not able to carry the ball 25 to 30 times in this ball game against the Titans, and Lamar Jackson has to throw it a little bit more, that's the problem for Baltimore. That's where it comes in. If there is a slight edge, that's what I'm leaning on right there, is the injury to Mark Ingram.
I got a chance to call one of Navy's games this year and sat down with their offense coordinator. They said that entire option offense runs off the fullback being a legitimate threat every single time, right?
Every time.
Because if the fullback isn't a threat, then there's no worrying about him keeping it or giving it because they can read it easier.
It breaks down the smoke and mirrors. The smoke and mirrors is the fact that Lamar Jackson is making all these fantastic plays, which he is, but the only way he's able to do that is if the running game is going, if Mark Jackson is going. If they don't have a backup plan for Mark Jackson who's able to get 5-6 yards a clip, then everything else opens up. If it doesn't, they're going to have problems struggling against this Titan defense.
Schefter said that they didn't have him practice yesterday because there was snow on the ground and they didn't want to tweak the calf. They said they feel as if he's going to be back though. But there's
really. Is that right?
He's such a smart ass. I had no idea that Eddie George was this awesome of a smart ass. Well, hello there. Utilize the promo code Pay the Bills and get $20 off your first order from SeatGeek. Now, back to the magic. He's had 2.5 weeks off, though. So, I mean, it was a non-contact injury, though. But the fact that he's still not practicing 2.5 weeks later is kind of scary to think about it.
It's scary. In fact, you're right. Exactly. It was a non-contact injury. So that tells me that there's something more serious going on in that calf. And even if it's well rested, cool. Guess what? First quarter, if it's retweaked again, you're back at ground zero. So it's thin ice when it comes to an injury like that, especially for an explosive back like Ingram. And again, everything runs off of the running back, that running game. And if he's not healthy, if he's not 100%, and the Titans realize that, I'm telling you right now, that offense will struggle against the Titans this Saturday.